Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to Jargon Free Help. Now, I know a lot of you actually download this podcast on iTunes, and if you do, what would be really great is if you could go to that page and actually write a review on this podcast. That would just be fantastic. And for many of you out there, you've probably got iTunes, but you watch it on the website. If you do that, again, you can go to iTunes, just search for Jargon Free Help, and you'll see there's options there to put in a review, which is great, and hopefully it'll be a favourable review as well. Now, the other thing I'd like to point out is you can actually contact us on the website. There is a contact us page. You can let us know any feedback, anything you'd like to know about will always be useful. And again, on that page, you can actually contact us about podcasting. If you want to know how to podcast, if you want to learn how to do it or why you should be doing it, then contact me and I'll tell you what I know. Anyway, on to this week, I'm going to be looking at Office 2010. That's right, there's a new version of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, Outlook, and probably a few other things that they've got there as well. And is it worth upgrading? It's just come out very recently, and we've had things like Office 2003, which has been very popular and been around for a long time. There's been 2007 as well, but a lot of people didn't move to that. But 2010 seems like a good idea. So I'm just going to show you quickly why it's different. So I've got my laptop here. It's running on a Mac, so that's actually okay because this actually runs Windows, this Mac, and that might be another podcast that I'll show you how you can actually do that if you're not already doing it. So I'm going to start off by showing you Word, and here I've actually got Word 2003, and you can see, you're probably familiar with this, that it's got menus, and you click on the menus, and you've also got toolbars here as well, and from those you choose the commands that you've got. However, this is what Word 2010 looks like. And you'll see they've got rid of the menus and put in this ribbon. And you'll see that there's tabs across the top, like File, Home, Insert, Page Layout. And what they've done is they've kind of brought all the commands out. You've also got the Quick Access toolbar as well. If you did use 2007, they didn't have that File tab right over here on the left-hand side. But you can see as I've clicked on any of these tabs, all these options are there. And before you had to go into the menu and into dialog boxes, and there are still some dialog boxes. So they've just changed things. They've kind of tried to make it more useful. But at first, people are a little bit bamboozled by it. So they kind of like to, so they're a little bit afraid of moving on. But they have added in extra features as well. This is Excel. And again, they've got some things in here. So you've got things like your auto sum, insert function. But then you'll see that if you move across, you've also got your formatting as well. But there is Excel 2010. And they've added in extra things. Now, they have added in good features here, but again, they've put it on this ribbon. Okay, so you can see things like the conditional formatting. There's the auto sum. Filtering and sorting, they've made this even easier. You can also sort on more things, so if you need to put things in particular orders. You've also got your insert function. They've broken down the categories as well, so you can see them right there on the screen. Very, very useful. So they have made some benefits to it. Is it worth upgrading? Maybe, I'm not sure. But anyway, you've also got paste, copy and paste. So if you're paste linking, again, they've made that easier too. So there are those things as well now in Excel. And then you've got Access. And once again, they've got the menus here. And Access, they've probably made the biggest changes of all. This is 2010. And they've changed the layout and its functionality quite considerably. You can do that much more. There's lots of templates, wizards, and things like that in there as well. All the programming stuff that you may have learned, VBA and macros, they all work the same as well. And this is Outlook. So again, they've just made everything on the menus here in a ribbon. And what I'm going to do is lots of tutorials so that you can actually get up to speed on these quickly. And you will see that it's just been put somewhere else, but things actually do work very well. And you've got PowerPoint too. So 2003 had it on menus, and again, they've made it on tabs. And they're sort of making them integrate together a lot of these things as well. Like if you take Outlook and you're using Access, you can create a database in Access. You can leave some fields blank, so it might be that you're inviting people to an event. And you might want to know what they want for lunch. So you have a field of what they will eat. You don't fill it in. You can then do a mail merge that goes out as a mail shot using Outlook, reading the data off of Access. And when it does that, they fill it in. When they send it back, it automatically updates your database. Now, isn't that really cool? So that's a quick look at what Office 2010 can do. I'm going to be doing lots of tutorials, as I said, so that will help you get up to speed, where things are on the ribbon, and also some of the functionality as well. So that is Office 2010. Is it worthwhile? That's down to you. Maybe have a look at the tutorials and see what you think and if it's worthwhile. A lot of people are starting to upgrade to this. Also, if you work for a company, a lot of them are offering good deals because they have good deals with Microsoft, so that's worth considering as well. If you've got students or if you're a teacher, they also do special pricing for that as well. So just keep a look out. You might think, okay, it's about time for a change. Personally, I'm quite happy with 2003. I am using 2010 and equally as happy with that. But I haven't gained any real advantages yet. But I'm sure for some of you, you will be able to find those advantages. So that's Office 2010. So what's this week's app of the week? Well, this week's app of the week is Dropbox, and it's not just an app, but you can put it on your phone, your iPad, and they have dedicated apps for either of those, and it can also go on your computer, or you can access it via a website. What does it do? You can store your files on there online, and then you can open them wherever you are, and you can actually use them. And in some cases, on some of these devices, you can actually edit them as well. So I often upload details that I need on my computer. Then on my iPhone or my iPad, I can then open them wherever I am and read up on that information. So very handy. It's called Dropbox. So if you need to take files with you wherever you go, that could be very useful. Also, putting on a USB stick doesn't hurt, but then again, you've got this as a backup as well. So also very, very handy. So that's Dropbox. And all you need to do is go to dropbox.com to find it. So what are this week's new tutorials? Well, this week, aside from recording loads of tutorials for Office 2010, I've also recorded some on SUMIF and COUNTIF in Excel. Very useful. If you've got a list of figures with particular criteria next to it, it might be your expenses, and let's say you just wanted to add up all of the travel costs in that list, using SUMIF can actually do that for you. So you don't need to filter it or do anything else, and you can change that criteria if you want. SUMIF can also be used to total up anything that might be over a particular amount. So anything, say, over £20, you might want to total those up. Anything under you may not be interested in from the point of view of accounting or whatever. So that's SUMIF and COUNTIF. They work the same on 2003, 2007 and 2010. So what I'm doing is in these tutorials, I'm incorporating all of them, because the only difference is where you start, where you find them in the menu, and I can show you both very quickly on the tutorials. So all these tutorials now, where I can, I'm going to incorporate them as having all of those in there as well. 2007 and 2010 are very similar, so if you've been using 2007, you'll have had a good head start. Well, that's it from me this week. Thanks for watching and happy computing.